This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening all, I'm Shishina Roll. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is working to alleviate the extended backlog and other challenges facing the passport office and the traveling public at this peak travel time. Among the initiatives is the newly introduced fee for expedited applications. ZNS News got public reaction about this new service, which has already gone into effect. Joan Davis-Roll has our top story.
$200 for a passport if you need it quickly? Wow.
It is something new introduced by the Passport Office, and as you can well expect, Bahamians are weighing in.
I think that's ridiculous because when you go to the United States, I have an American child. We can get his passport in 1 day. That's the service they provide. And here it is, we have to give you $200 just to provide a service that is owed to us.
Very unfair. If they're going to go up with passport fees, then they have to give us a raise in salaries all over the private sector, the public sector, whatever. We need some more monies to work with to begin with. So how can the passport office now introduce these astronomical fees?
That is wicked. They're trying to hold up the Bahamian people, find a way to hold them up. And well, that is a way to hold us up. This is wrong.
Outrageous. Right. Man, come on, man. They getting rich and we getting poor.
The $200 fee to expedite passport applications within 48 hours after July 1st is not the only bone of contention. The long wait to acquire the official document, they say, is another.
The entire process is really discouraging. My passport was submitted from November. I went back in March the first time to check on it to see if it was ready, and I was told that it wasn't ready. I went back again in the latter part of March to check to see if it was ready. Told again it wasn't ready. Went back again to do my children's passport, and I checked the same time. I told the same thing, that it was ready. But one mind told me to just go back and ask for someone to double check. So when I went in to double check, apparently there was an error on my birth certificate. But the thing for me, no one called me to say that there was an error on my birth certificate after waiting 4 months. So we got that resolved, and now it is July, and from November I'm just finally going to get my passport.
Months. And they told me that I'll get it in a month time.
I have lots of friends and family members who have been affected by this long wait, and I think it is horrible, it's atrocious. I don't know what the government can do to eradicate this problem or to fix it as soon as possible.
Joan Davis-Roll, ZNS Network News.
Now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs released that applicants with verifiable emergency needs for their passports prior to the collection date provided or whose collection date has expired and the passport is still not ready can now email this information along with the details of the application to MOFA customer service at bahamas.gov.bs. With this new email system, they say staff have been assigned to process, track the application, and expedite the application to meet the date of travel at no additional cost. The ministry advises that the public should not pay any fee solicited other than those fees in the prescribed regulations. Well, it is a busy thoroughfare on East Sunrise Highway, and some road works currently underway in that area are now complete. Tonight, Megan Shepard tells us that city officials say the new traffic circle is expected to make a big difference when school reopens in September.
The island's newest roundabout is just a few short weeks away from completion. City manager at the Grand Bahama Port Authority, Troy McIntosh, says so far the motoring public has been adjusting to the change without incident. President of Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, Atario Mitchell, is responsible for the work. He says the product is guaranteed to hold up without cracks and potholes for at least 3 years.
The circle will be done in another 2 weeks. Be anticipated with no weather concerns or delays. I'm being told in another 2 weeks we should be out of here.
What we're doing now is the process called asphalt rejuvenation, whereby we apply our product, which is a 3-in-1 sealer, whereby it penetrates the asphalt, seals it, and revitalizes the asphalt, bringing it back to life, so to speak. and extend the life of the asphalt and prevent cracks and potholes from forming.
Mitchell says they now have a licensed subsidiary on Grand Bahama and they have launched a campaign to give back to the local community.
A part of us becoming to the Grand Bahama community is we also bring in our Dollar That Could campaign to Freeport, where we have selected three Grand Bahamian charities, the Grand Bahamian Humane Society, Grand Bahama Children's Home, and the Rotary of Grand Bahama, to whereby we're going to, throughout the course of the year, we're going to go out and raise funds for those three charities here in Grand Bahama. And with this particular product being a part of it, what we decided to do was to give every job we have in Grand Bahama applying Juvenile, a percentage of that contract will go directly to the Dollar That Could campaign.
McIntosh adding that the new roundabout has been given an unofficial name by the public based on its location, but the port does plan to officially name the circles on the island.
This one we don't know yet, but the others you have Independence Circle, you have Ranfilly Circus, you have R&D Circle, you have Home Center. But the only two that have official names is Independence Circle, which is at the airport, and Ranfilly Circus. The others were coined just as you stated, based on the location. But it is our intent, the Port Authority, to provide official names to all the circles in the near future.
Megan Shepard, ZNS Network News.
In other news, an executive of the Bahamas Union of Teachers is speaking out on the leadership of that organization after President Belinda Wilson has been placed on suspension for the third time. Area Vice President Quintin LaRota says the BUT continues to move forward under the leadership of Acting President Zane Lightbourne. He says it is important for leaders to keep calm heads and act responsibly at all times, even in the face of adversity.
We're required to set a different kind of example, because we're not just the face of a union, we're the face of teaching. And the public have a certain expectation, which we should always be mindful of. We've had very strong leaders in the past, men of incredible integrity, Carlton Francis, your Donald Simmons, your Leonard Archer. The legacy that they've left behind, you find nowhere in that any belligerence or rudeness. Leonard Archer led a strike and is still regarded in this country as a gentleman. History regards him well, and that is the mold in which we wish to follow.
Now he says the strength of the union is in its membership, and he is satisfied that the current executive team is mindful of this.
We kept our members strong, informed, alert. We were also able to use our intelligence to make arguments for our teachers that led to resolving a lot of issues, without having to personally attack people or call their career or their integrity into the question. Because when you have a matter to resolve, you should address the matter at hand. Ad hominems and so forth, those are things that you come to at the end when you're unable to resolve something any other way.
Stay with us at NS News. The Northern Edition continues right after this.
Bringing news that matters to you. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition.
Welcome back. The reopening of school may still be weeks away, but two stakeholders are working together to ensure that students who cannot afford new uniforms will now have something to look forward to on the first day. President of Rotary Sunset of Grand Bahama, Davina Rutherford, says that there are many students who may not know what it is to wear a new uniform on the first day of school. That is why, she says, the club has partnered with Pat's Uniform to host a uniform drive. The aim, she says, is to assist students to have an awesome first day back to school.
There's so many students and so many organizations at the end of summer, they do back to school drives where they give books and pencils and backpacks. So we found a need for uniforms. Not that many people think to give uniforms back to the community, and this is just our special way of giving back.
The uniform drive is scheduled for July 20th through August 22nd. And to be a part of this charitable drive, you can purchase a $50 voucher or you can donate used items to Pat's Uniform store. Manager of Pat's Uniform, Michael Sweeting, says they have been in business for the past 25 years, and this initiative presents a wonderful opportunity to give back to the less fortunate.
It's all about giving back. We had the wonderful community of Grand Bahama has been on our side for so long, and it's our duty to give back, and that's what we want to do.
Chief Welfare Officer at the Department of Social Services, Dorothy Gomez, agrees.
Parents are experiencing difficulties. And, when you go back to school the first day, you want to go looking your best. So if we could just issue one new uniform to a deserving student, that will go a long way.
They're encouraging the community to support this charitable effort, adding that although you may be able to afford something as simple as a school uniform, there are many who may not be able to do so. In other news, the Alumni Association of the Bishop Michael Eldon High School preparing a series of events in celebration of the school's 50th anniversary. Activities will commence next Friday, July 31st at the school. Association President David Wallace.
We'll have our 50th anniversary celebration kicking off on Friday, July 31st through Monday, August the 3rd. Celebration will start with our unveiling ceremony in the auditorium, where we will unveil plaques of every graduating class, from the first graduating class of 1966 that graduated 6 persons, 5 expats and 1 Bahamian, to the present graduating class of 2015. And the names of all those persons who either graduated or would have graduated names would be placed on the wall in the auditorium.
Now, during that ceremony, a memorial wall will also be unveiled in honor of Rosina Nesbitt, the school's former physical education teacher who passed away in 2008. Later that evening, the festivities will shift to Freeport Harbor, where a cultural show is planned. Crystal Thompson is one of the coordinators.
We will have entertainers on hand, such as John Barnaby. This gentleman, we could never stop raving about John Barnaby from our last reunion. From the U.S., I think it's Florida. We will have the Sepper brothers from Florida. We will have Crystal Cumberbatch Hicks, one of my classmates. She is from Canada. She'll be here to perform. She was one of our prime stars back in the day. Prime star. She was the best, the female, a voice out of this world. We will have the Steel Pan Band on hand. We will also have 1 or 2 dance rendition. We know the people love the dances, so we'll try and get 1 or 2 of them. We will also have the likes of Mr. Wilfred Solomon and the Magnetics, as well as KB on hand.
Now, festivities in celebration of the 50th anniversary of BMES will close out on August 3rd. And he has served in several communities on Grand Bahama as rector in the Anglican Church. Father Stephen Grant is now celebrating 30 years in the priesthood, and the parish of St. Jude's Anglican Church in Smiths Point is planning a big celebration in his honor. Chairperson of the celebration committee, Barry Barrett, reflects on the monumental impact Father Grant has had throughout the island.
There's no nutshell that can contain what he has given to the island of Grand Bahama, to the community of Smiths Point, to families near and far, to families even still in West End, in Long Island, and in Agua, Abaco. Father Grant has touched so many lives. He's made an effect. He's stamped children out. He's brought children up. He's lifted them, gave them thoughts and beliefs and dreams so that they can go again and so that they can push again. Father Grant cannot be replaced.
Well, Brenda Bannister and Celeste McIntosh outlined a few of the events scheduled for the weekend in honor of Father Stephen Grant.
The celebrations begin on Friday, the 24th of July, with a gala banquet beginning at 7 p.m. at cocktails, and dinner is at 8 p.m. And the celebrations will be at the Grand Lucayan Resort.
Here to tell you about Sunday afternoon service. The celebration is going to begin at 4 o'clock p.m. at St. Jude Church in Smith Point. And the chief celebrant for that occasion will be Father Stephen Davies. Our guest preacher for the event will be the Right Reverend Calvert Leopold Friday, who is the Bishop of the Windward Islands.
Now, committee members say Father Grant has always been passionate about the young and the old, and that his ministry has been very effective in helping and changing the lives of many in this community. And now it's time for Ask the Doctor.
This is Ask the Doctor. Welcome. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt. Shivago asks, what is PMS? Does it really make a woman crazy? Shivago, thanks for such an honest question. PMS is a term we use to describe symptoms that may affect a woman after ovulation, which is the release of an egg from her ovary until her period begins. Premenstrual syndrome, or PMS, has a wide variety of symptoms, and it's estimated that as many as 3 out of every 4 menstruating women have experienced some form of PMS. Emotional and behavioral symptoms can include tension or anxiety, depressed mood, crying spells, mood swings and irritability or anger, appetite changes and food cravings, trouble falling asleep or insomnia, social withdrawal, or poor concentration. Physical signs and symptoms can include joint or muscle pain, headaches, fatigue, weight gain related to fluid retention, abdominal bloating, breast tenderness, acne flare-ups, and constipation and diarrhea. For some women, the physical pain and emotional stress are severe enough to affect their daily activities. The signs and symptoms generally disappear within 4 days of the start of the menstrual period for most women. If you have questions concerning your health, please email askthedrbahamas@gmail.com. I'm Dr. Monique Pratt, and this has been Ask the Doctor.
And be sure to check out the First Seagrape Homecoming Friday, July 31st through Sunday, August 2nd on the main road in Seagrape Beach, Mile Rock. Don't go away. Sports is up next with Ricardo Lightborn.
Everybody, welcome to Sports and Ricardo Live. This one goes out to Raquel Hart. She's a year older, a year better. I ain't gonna say nothing else. Leave that alone. The Grand Bahama, actually, their fun as far as the regatta was held on Saturday over there, on Friday it is, at the Gully Wash over there in Pinder's Point, in Spitz Point that is. Smooth sailing, the magic is back. It's exactly what it was.
Chairperson of the Grand Bahama Island Regatta Committee, Shavita Campbell, officially welcomed guests to the 2-day cultural sporting event, hoping they would enjoy the activities prepared.
As we sail and sailing on within Grand Bahama, it is our 20th anniversary. It is our 20th year that we celebrate sailing within Grand Bahama. We want to say welcome to the city of Freeport, particularly, and to the island of Grand Bahama. As you enjoy the 2 days of sailing, we trust that you will take in all aspects that Grand Bahama has to offer, not just the sand and the sea, but also the various settlements that we are in today, such as Smith's Point.
Permanent Secretary with the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, Rena Glinton, traveled to Grand Bahama for the opening ceremonies, urging Bahamians to support regattas and sloop sailing because they are important to the cultural and economic development on family islands.
We believe that regattas is important to the development of economies within our family islands. That's why we're encouraging people to come out, go on the regatta site, and support the vendors that are there, support your regatta committee.
Before the Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, officially declared regatta open, he commended the Grand Bahama Regatta Committee on a job well done, and corporate Grand Bahama as well for assisting this year.
It's not an easy thing. We all know that, we struggled for a few years with regatta, but all of us are committed to make sure that regatta is a signature event here on the island of Grand Bahama so that both local and domestic tourists can participate in the regatta events.
Kimberly Mullings, ZNS Total Sports.
Well, let me tell you that as far as the regatta is concerned, they had quite a number of onshore activities. How about hopscotch for one? Something that Sheena can't do anyhow. She want to be barefoot. I leave that right there, and we'll see how that works out. But again, it was a lot of fun to see how that works out. Also playing dominoes, there's a deputy prime minister who also took in a lot of trash talking. You got to have thick skin when you play dominoes with these guys out there at Taylor Beach. That was fun. The basketball was also played, as we had the guys, Quentin Hall and Lincoln Forbes, all coordinated that. Way to go, young hotshots. They had a ball there at Taylor Beach as well. How about this? Kite flying, one of those areas that some folks haven't done for a little while. Beach activities, beach volleyball, you name it, it was there. Had a lot of fun. The sand sculling and man the boat competition, that too was an awful lot of fun on Saturday, and the winner will be going to New Providence to represent Grand Bahama. Some guys didn't do as well out there in the water, and the ladies did as well out there. So we'll tell you what happened with the closing ceremonies, and also congrats to Dudley Sade and his team that did well in Nassau. That and a whole lot more tomorrow.